Welcome back to Entertainment Tonight's Hollywood Secrets Uncovered.
Tom was into risky business. His fiancée, Katie Holmes, lived on Dawson's Creek. Brad Pitt was hoping to find his glory days. And Johnny Depp was cruising 21 Jump Street. Today, they are the stars of summer. But here at E.T., hey, we knew them when.
I guess in traveling around a lot, I always kind of felt like an outsider. And somehow at this point, I just seemed to fit in. It just, what can I say? It felt right.
That is Tom 22 years ago talking about how he stumbled into acting. He was just 21 and on the verge of superstardom with his hit film Risky Business. But even then, Tom opened up to E.T. about his lifelong struggle with dyslexia and the trouble he had dealing with scripts.
Sometimes I have a hard time reading them, and that's why I really didn't want to go to college. A structured education for 4 or 5 more years wasn't something that I was looking forward to.
Of course, Tom couldn't know what the future held for him. Neither could his new fiancée, Katie Holmes.
What year were you born?
Wait, 1978?
We first met Katie at the premiere of The Ice Storm in 1997. But later that year, E.T. interviewed the then 18-year-old Ohio native on the set of her new TV drama, Dawson's Creek.
I'm the youngest of 5, so it's kind of hard to be away, and I hope they miss me. I miss them, but...
That's also where Katie happened to mention her favorite actors, though her future husband wasn't among them at the time.
I have a lot of respect for Jodie Foster. And then Tom Hanks as well.
Is that it? Right there. That's all?
E.T. first spotted Mr. Smith star Brad Pitt back in 1990 on the set of his short-lived Fox TV summer series, Glory Days. But the glory was just beginning for the 26-year-old, who went on to his breakthrough role in Thelma and Louise the next year. And just 4 years before meeting Brad, E.T. got its first glimpse of a 10-year-old Angelina Jolie.
Are you nervous for your dad tonight? Sort of.
We introduced you to the stunning young lady when her dad, Jon Voight, brought her to the 1986 Oscars. But soon, Angelina was on to her own career.
I'm an amateur. Don't tell anyone. I don't know what I'm doing at all.
It was 8 years later, and Angelina was all grown up, starring in the film Hackers with her soon-to-be husband, Johnny Lee Miller. Then, in 1997, we were on the set with Angelina for her acclaimed performance as a heroin-addicted supermodel in the HBO film Gia.
Wanted to try to, wanted to do my own thing, stand on my own, figure out life on my own, so. Wish me luck.
Yes, I am involved with Tom Cruise, yes.
When E.T. first met Nicole, she was a curly-haired 22-year-old who had already bewitched Tom Cruise on the set of their 1990 film Days of Thunder. The soft-spoken star told us about how they fell in love amid a firestorm of publicity.
He's a very high-profile person, one of the most famous actors in the world, so I knew that when I entered into this, and I accept that.
It's fun, and I like the attention.
E.T. first got to know the freckles-faced Lindsay Lohan when she was just 11 years old and starring in The Parent Trap with Dennis Quaid. Even then, she had her sights set on being a star.
There's a lot of other actors that are big stars like John Travolta, Michelle Pfeiffer, Goldie Hawn, those people that I look up to.
But she wasn't about to stop at just becoming a star.
I want to act and direct.
And you'll never guess who this 13-year-old is, talking about his big audition for Steven Spielberg's Empire of the Sun in 1987.
In Steven's office, they've got this big games room full of arcade machines. And they're all broken into, so you don't have to pay, you just keep pressing the start button again. So I was sitting in there for about half an hour before I did the audition. And that really relaxes you.
It's Batman's Christian Bale, whose voice changed considerably when E.T. interviewed him 2 years later while filming Treasure Island.
It's when I get to shoot people and a few other things, There's some good bits.
When I was a kid, all I dreamed about was becoming a famous rock star or, this great musician.
And long before Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, E.T. got to know Johnny Depp on the set of his hit TV show 21 Jump Street. Even back then, the publicity-shy actor was uncomfortable with the spotlight.
It's a little strange to go out to a restaurant or something and have people sort of, gawking at you like you're some sort of, like an animal on display or some sort of, freak. The least important thing to me is becoming famous and being well known and, trying to be everybody's hero. That's not what I'm about.